This is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual GMT Master, model 11610BLNR, also known as the Batman. If you're looking for a watch that can handle anything from a long-haul flight to a pool party, or even just a regular day at the office while standing out on your wrist, I think this one deserves a serious look. Let me give you my quick review and personal experience with this piece, because I've had it on my wrist for quite a while, and I still get a rush every time I look at it. This watch immediately catches your eye with that unique bicolor ceramic bezel. On this model, Rolex pulled off something pretty remarkable. They managed to fuse deep black and vivid blue in high-gloss ceramic, creating a look that's almost instantly recognizable. I have to admit, at first I wasn't so sure about the black and blue combination. When I saw photos, I wondered if it might look a bit too flashy. But once it's actually on my wrist, especially in natural sunlight, the bezel just makes everything pop. It's bold but smart, and the color transition is seamless, even under different lighting. In softer evening light or inside an office, the blue turns almost matte and understated, giving the watch a whole new vibe. That's something that's hard to get tired of. From my experience, the 40mm Oystersteel case doesn't feel chunky, even though it looks strong and substantial. Rolex calls it their super case, and you can see why. It still has that classic GMT silhouette, but the lugs and crown guards are more squared off and robust. I find this adds to a sporty feel, but it's never over the top. Wearing this watch day in and day out, I can say it sits great on the wrist. The Oyster bracelet is comfortable and flexible right out of the box, and the Easy Link extension, which gives you about 5mm of extra room, has saved me more than once on a hot day when my wrist swells a bit. One thing I should mention though, the polished center links look incredible when they catch the light, but they do pick up scratches and little scuffs pretty quickly. It bugged me at first, especially after wearing it at my desk. If you're obsessed with keeping your watch flawless, like I sometimes get, that's something to keep in mind. But honestly, after a few months, I found myself just embracing the minor marks as part of the story of the watch. A key feature for me is the bezel, not just for its looks, but how it works. You rotate it both ways, and with the 24-hour GMT hand, you can keep track of a second time zone at a glance. For someone like me, who often travels or keeps in touch with friends and family in different areas, that's a real benefit. With the independent jump hour hand, basically, you can move the local hour forward or backward without stopping the watch. It's easy to adjust when you land somewhere new. No need to reset the main time, and you never lose track of home time. Rolex has engineered this movement, the caliber 3186, to make everything buttery smooth. I've never experienced a hitch or grind when changing the hour. It just works the way you expect. For the dial, Rolex sticks with a clean, easy-to-read design. The markers are big, the white hands stand out against the flat black background, and chromolite lume means it glows bright blue at night. Even now, after 2 years of use, it lights up like new in the dark and remains crystal clear under sunlight. For me, that's a huge plus, especially during overnight flights or early morning walks home. The trip-lock crown screws in super smoothly and gives me zero concerns about water resistance. The watch is tested water resistant to 100 meters, so I never worry when I'm at the beach or pool. I've dunked it plenty of times without so much as a hiccup. In terms of reliability, mine runs consistently at about +2 seconds per day, which is pretty spot on for a mechanical movement like this. If you've never worn an automatic watch, that means the motion of your wrist powers it. You don't need a battery as long as you wear it often. Just set it and go. Coming back to the GMT hand, folks new to these watches sometimes get confused. The blue arrow-tipped hand does a full rotation every 24 hours. That, paired with the rotating bezel, lets you track a second time zone. This is what pilots and travelers have relied on for years. It's practical, and on this Batman, it's just cool to watch that blue hand sweep across the dial. If I had to mention a couple areas where I wish things were a bit easier, I'd say setting the date can feel a little tedious. There's no quick set for the date, so after you've left it unworn for a while, you have to cycle the hour hand all the way around the dial to move the date forward. After a few weeks off the wrist, advancing the date takes a bit longer than I'd like. It's a small hassle, but worth knowing if you're the type to rotate through multiple watches. Also, even though mine is not discontinued by manufacturer and still comes up online, I hear from a lot of folks that finding a pristine version at a good price is getting tougher. Service from Rolex is usually top-notch, but I have had to wait a while for bracelet touch-ups. Now, when it comes to style, I personally feel it works anywhere. I've worn it to work meetings, on flights, hiking, and even at dressy events, with the polished center links. It feels a little sharper than a Submariner, but never out of place with a t-shirt. The weight is just right. It says you've got something substantial on your wrist, but after a few minutes, you forget it's even there until you glance down. From my experience, this watch really is perfect for anyone wanting a daily companion that manages to feel both special and unfussy. You get Rolex heritage in the details. The crown logo, the solid end links, and the sturdy clasp. Opening and closing it feels reassuring, and I've never had it unclip accidentally, no matter how active I get. The case back is plain, nothing flashy, but that's part of the charm. It's designed to last and take whatever you throw at it. I started out unsure if the black and blue bezel would be a little gimmicky, but over time, it has become my favorite thing about the watch. The visual change from sunlight to shade is so satisfying, and the fade resistance of ceramic means it looks just as good today as when I got it. Even the small platinum fill numbers haven't worn at all. I get asked about it regularly, especially by people new to watches. If you're considering adding another piece to your collection or looking for that ultimate one-watch solution for travel, work, or play, I'd recommend this for sure. In conclusion, the Rolex GMT Master 2 116710 is a watch that's hard not to love if you spend time with it. The key features, the dual-color bezel, jump hour function, robust case, and that trademark comfort live up to the hype. The little quirks like the scratch-prone bracelet and date adjustment don't take away from its overall appeal. If you get the chance to try one on, I think you'll understand why so many people rave about it. If you found this quick review helpful or want to hear more about watches from someone who lives with them every day, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave your comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts or answer any questions. Thank you for watching.